Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Belmont Park here on Sunday. It is the 21st of May, 2023. I'm going to look at the fourth race from Belmont, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the fourth race from Belmont. I handicapped this race for it being off the turf. We had quite a bit of rain Saturday, and it was very wet. If you watch the simulcast racing from Belmont on Saturday, so I just can't see them running on the turf today. There's no real stakes race, so if you're going to look at the whole card, I started looking at some of the early portion of the card. Those turf races, I definitely handicap those for dirt. This race, I'm giving my dirt selection, because if they run on turf, I'll be shocked. These turf courses train well in New York, but just not that well. The fourth race in Belmont's Lounge Race, purse $95,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards, which never won $18,000 other than main claiming starter, or state bred allowance race, which never won 2 races. We're supposed to have a field of 12 horses entered. Keep in mind, 9, 10, 11, 1A are MTOs, so we'll be down to a field here of, let's see, 8 horses going to the inner turf course, 1,700 meters of the mile 16th on the inner turf course. Rails are out 18 feet. But with that being said, I handicapped this race for it being a dirt race off the turf. So we're going to go actually to my top selection, to the MTO list, to the one horse, Oglethorpe. Excuse me. I'm going to go, hopefully I said that right. I'm going to go 1A, 11, 9, 10 in the superfecta. 1A, 11, 9, 10 super. And tell you the truth, I think these are the only 4 horses that I think are going to run on dirt. I think you're going to see a 4-horse field in this race. I would be shocked if you see another horse come to this race. Maybe the one horse, but he's part of an entry. The 1A will definitely run, but the other horses in the main body, I'll be shocked. But the top selection would be the 1A Oglethorpe, 4-year-old Culpa Arrogate, Danny Gargan trains, Flavian Pratt gets the mounts. The horse's most recent outing came the 15th of April at Keelan, 1 mile and a 16th in main special weight. It took him 4 starts to break the main, but he finally did in that 4th start, winning by a neck that day. He basically stalked all the way down the race course. He had to use a lot to get to the wire, but he got the job done. A very good, gritty performance. He's stepping back to class here today, going 1 turn mile 16th, which I think he should absolutely adore. It's basically an elongated sprint here at Belmont. I think he has a speed to win, and I think he can get the job done. Prior to that, he ran the 17th of April at Gulfstream, mile 16th in the main special weight. He finished second by length that day, and he sat back early after not the best beginnings. He was a little bit wide, a little bit green that day. He just couldn't, keep going late, but he ran his heart out there. Keep in mind, he was a next start winner, and the 3rd place finisher was a next start winner. And then prior to that, at Saratoga, 22nd of July, 1 mile inner turf course in main special weight, he finished 3rd by 1.5 lengths that day. He was very wide that day. He never quickened up and never weakened out of it either. He just, plodded along that day. And then prior to that, on the 3rd of June last year at Belmont, 1 mile in the mud off the turf in the main special weight. He finished 2nd by a half a length that day, closed up from nowhere after not the biggest beginning. Stupidly wide, but he was gaining that day. Training well on the train track here at Belmont. I'm going to give him a massive shot. For the multi-race scenarios, I think your second likeliest winner is the 11-horse Film Star for Linda Rice and Jose Ortiz, who had a great Saturday afternoon here. Actually watched Belmont on Saturday afternoon more than Churchill, more than Pimlico. Film Star ran 2 weeks ago here on the 6th of May at Belmont, 1 mile in the allowance race, 95K, and he finished 2nd by 4 1/4 lengths that day. Prince of Pharaohs was much the best winner that day. This horse just kind of stalked and just couldn't catch the winner who outgamed this horse that day. Prior to that, at Keelan, a mile 16th and a claim 75,000, he won by 4.5 lengths that day and had everything his own way on the front end, 111 and 2 3/4. He basically won it out easily. A very good race from there. And then the stop at Oakland, a mile 16th in lounge race. He finished 5th by 8.5 lengths that day. He wanted to go. Ricardo didn't let him go. That cost him that day. He does his better running on the front end. He does decently on a wet track. He's training well, since the last run. I'm going to give him a quick shot here at 7-2 on this pick 4 ticket. So to recap my selection for the 4th from Belmont, you're going to go with the 1A, Ogley the best. Give kudos to the, Oglethorpe. Going to go 1A, also use the 11-horse Film Star, 1A, 11, 9, 10, 1A, 11 in your multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.